Coming up on this Thursday morning edition of DITV, damage control. We have all the latest updates on Tuesday's fire.
And later, how UI ranks in mental health care.
A beloved Hawkeye football coach is hanging up the towel after 19 years.
We'll tell you more in sports.
Are warmer temperatures finally coming our way, or does the cold weather love Iowa City too much to leave us? Stay tuned for weather to find out.
All that and more coming up on this Thursday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Anthony Caligari.
And I'm Sydney Zatz. We have updates on Tuesday's fire near Clinton and Burlington Street. The Iowa City Fire Department said the fire was caused by heater coming in contact with flammable adhesives. Fire Marshal Brian Greer said that they came to this conclusion after interviewing construction workers on the scene. The city told the Daily Iowan that the building's damaged portions will be torn down and the 100 block of East Burlington Street will likely remain closed until Saturday. The building damage is estimated to be around $1 million, but could change as they investigate further. Stick with us at DailyIowan.com for more updates as this story develops.
We have more information on the newly appointed VP in Proverbs, Monset Fuentes. Her top priorities include student and faculty retention, as well as fostering inclusion for first-generation students. Yesterday, we reported that she would begin her new role in the UI in June, and today we would have an official starting date of June 28th.
The University of Iowa is being recognized for its efforts towards mental health awareness. Fresh Check Day is a national event dedicated to mental health and out of 145 events across the country, the UI will be awarded for having the best one. Last year's Fresh Check Day brought in 700 students to collaborate on the best approaches to mental wellness for college students. On March 23rd, Director of Counseling Services Barry Schreier said he will travel to Hartford, Connecticut to accept the award from the Jordan Procco Foundation. U.S. Student Government Senator Lily Burns told the Daily Iowan, quote, "We want this event to continue on so that students every year know that there's an opportunity to get help or reach out to learn more about how to help someone," end quote. Next year's Fresh Check Day will be held in Hubbard Park the Wednesday of Homecoming Week.
The University of Iowa's College of Nursing received a research funding grant for a mobile simulation truck that will provide healthcare education in rural Iowa. Although the research is in its early stages, the researchers are assessing what exactly each rural community needs, so we can best improve their healthcare needs. UI Director of Anesthesia Cormac O'Sullivan told the Daily Iowan, quote, "Activities done on a daily basis in hospitals in larger cities, often like the UIHC, are often taken for granted. Putting in IVs and breathing tubes, knowing how heart attacks or do emergent deliveries, or stopping severe bleeding are some of the basic activities that are not often seen in rural hospitals," end quote. The truck will take between 9 and 12 months to build. For more on this, pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan, where Daily Iowan reporter Annie Fitzpatrick has more.
A new initiative from the University of Iowa Libraries could help reduce textbook costs, definitely a relief for all students. A resource library called Open Hawks will provide an open source alternative to textbooks and other course materials. The program will receive a $75,000 grant, with $25,000 coming from the University of Iowa Student Government and $50,000 from the Office of the Provost. The university estimates that students spend nearly $900 on textbooks and supplies each year, but hopes this number will drop by the end of Open Hawk's second year. Other colleges such as Kansas State and our rival Iowa State have already had a similar program and have seen success in students saving money. Anthony, while students spend a lot of money in textbooks, I know Iowa City has been spending a lot of money on snow removal this year.
You're right, Sydney, and let's hope that snow removal, they don't have to do too much more of that. Let's toss it over to Melissa in the weather studio to see what we have coming for us. Melissa?
This cold weather has just been around too long, but I can say temperatures are looking like they're going to warm up a little. Today's weather is looking pretty mild with cloudy skies, light winds, and a high of 29 degrees. As we go into tonight, temperatures will drop to 25 degrees with a 40% chance of snow showers. I know snow in March is a little bit sad, but it might be the last time we see it. As we look to the extended forecast, I do not see any snow or rain, only increasing temperatures. Temperatures tomorrow are going to be cloudy with a high of 38 and a low of 30, and some occasional light winds. At night, there's a 50% chance of rain showers. Going into the weekend, temperatures will stay in the mid to upper 30s. Saturday, we'll see temperatures in the upper 30s with winds and a 100% chance of rain. Those winds will carry on to a cloudy Sunday with temperatures in the mid 30s. Next week, temperatures will stay in the mid 30s on Monday, and on Tuesday, we might see some rain showers with temperatures in the mid 40s. Let's hope this warmer weather is a sign that spring is coming and we can finally say goodbye to winter. Anthony and Sydney, back to you at the desk.
A famous painting is coming to life on stage this weekend. Performances of the musical Sunday in the Park with George begin tomorrow night at the UI Theater Building. DITV Arts and Culture reporter Kaylin Cluck sat down with the directors to learn the challenges behind making it all happen.
I mean, every musical wants to look good, but this is about looking good.
Director Alan McVeigh says nothing about Sunday in the Park with George is simple. But despite the challenging nature, the University of Iowa Theater Department is presenting Stephen Sondheim's mesmerizing musical for the next 2 weekends.
I found some of the music, so spectacularly beautiful and moving that in the end, I just wanted to be in the presence of it.
The musical is inspired by George Seurat's iconic painting Sunday Afternoon on the Isle of Le Grand Jatte. The story follows fictionalized versions of Seurat and his great-grandson as they struggle for both personal and artistic fulfillment.
It's about how hard it is to create a work of art. I really do think that the piece opens itself up to everyone who makes choices to work hard.
The figures in the painting transform into the musical's characters, so the actors are meticulously staged, costumed, and lit to resemble the work of art. McVeigh has directed around 100 shows in his career, but he said this has been the most challenging one to stage.
Use the whole stage all the time. The whole stage is filled with people, and yet people are moving all the time, they're doing different things, and so how do you keep all the control that George exercises on his own painting?
In this production, the world of George's imagination is shown through projections on a gigantic LED screen.
We've never done projections like this before, ever.
So the finished product has a visual beauty all its own.
So when you put the costumes together with the scenery, and then finally the lighting, you put all that in there, plus an orchestra, you feel that in the audience. You feel this is a complex, rich work of art here.
Sunday in the Park with George is much like the painting. To understand it, you just need to see it for yourself. Reporting from the UI Theater Building, Kaylin Cluck, DITV.
After this legislative session, sports fans in Iowa may be able to gamble on collegiate and professional sports. 2 proposals to legalize and regulate gambling on athletics will stay alive through the March 8th deadline, but the success of those bills are uncertain. Iowa Democratic Representative Vicki Lensing says she plans to submit a bill to exclude college sports betting, telling the Daily Iowan, quote, those are sometimes minors, those are young people, amateurs, college students. There's enough temptation around. I don't think betting needs to put pressure on them to perform a certain way, end quote. Republican Representative Bobby Kaufman shares this concern, but says he would rather leave it to the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission. The University of Iowa has not taken a stance on these proposals. Well, Sydney, yesterday we had some big news out of Hawkeye football.
That's right, and to tell us more, we have Kimberly and Zach in the sports studio. Guys, take it away.
That's right, guys. Yeah, we had Reese Morgan, the Iowa assistant coach that hung up his cleats and was able to retire.
Yeah, it's big news coming out of the football team, that's for sure.
Safe to say the Hawkeyes will be missing out on a key member. There have been no word yet on who will take his place.
And now the mock meets give the men's gymnastics team a better look at upcoming competition. DITV sports reporter Marissa Kraft shows us just how these guys prepare.
Half the battle is mental. When competing in any of the gymnastics events, the Hawkeyes need to hit their routines while under pressure. A strategic way to prepare for this is through holding a mock meet during practice.
We do practice meets, we set it up, we're judging, there's competition for lineup spots to go on the weekends, but at the same time it comes down to the athlete being able to say, how did I feel right there today? Can I make myself feel that exact same butterfly fear, shaking, and manage it in the gym? And so it's just repetitions. And at some point too, you do enough to where when you're like that, your body takes over, and that's kind of the place where we got to get to.
These mock meets, also called inner squad days, happen the week before a big meet. They allow the team to mentally prepare for the competition by running through their routine.
So this practice is different because we go through every single event, whereas most practices we go through 3. and we hit a routine and we have to show our coaches. So it's more of like an actual meet setting as opposed to practicing our routines.
I think the inter-squad days really help us prepare for the meet because we're able to put that pressure on ourselves and do our routines under the amount of pressure that we're going to be feeling during the meet. So it's just kind of a good thing to go into the meet knowing that you hit a routine 2 days before under pressure.
The Hawkeyes will next compete on March 9 at Michigan. Reporting from the Fieldhouse, Marissa Kraft with DITV Sports.
The Hawkeyes will be back at Carver on March 16th to take on Ohio State.
The men's basketball team has lost 2 in a row, and they have a tough matchup ahead of them tonight when they go to Wisconsin. Here's what the team had to say about where they are right now.
All I really want to see is more consistent play. You look at Saturday and say, boy, it wasn't very good. You watch the tape, there were some really good things that happened in that game. There were some things that didn't go so well. And you want to be more consistent. You want to be better in all facets of the game, and that's what we're trying to accomplish in the next one.
I mean, there's peaks and valleys to every season. So, right now we've had 2 games where we just haven't really played our best, and so we got to bounce back and we got to make something happen these next 2 games just to get some momentum going on to the postseason. And we know what we're capable of, and we know we can do that.
If the season were to end today, Iowa is projected to possibly face Duke in the second round. So we really need an Iowa win these next few games for our sports director Lucy's sake.
Many records were broken this weekend during the swimming and diving Big Ten Championship. DITV sports reporter Tanner Displank has the story.
During the men's 2019 Big Ten Swimming and Diving Championship, the Hawkeyes were able to break many personal records, including breaking 2 school relay records, which one even earned an NCAA qualifying standard time. Bringing down the first school record was on day 1 when Iowa's 800 free relay team was able to swim to a time of 6 minutes 23 seconds, which was 2 seconds faster than the previous record.
For the guys in that last relay, our goal was to try to get the record, which we did, which was amazing, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of those records come down this weekend.
The Hawkeyes would bring another relay record down on the last event of the championship, with the 400 relay team swimming to a bronze medal with a time of 2 minutes 51 seconds, which was good enough to reach NCAA A-time qualifying standard.
NCAA is where you want to be. The Big Ten Conference is special because it really holds the integrity of its conference meet. It's not just a qualifying meet. It really means something. You can see that with the history in this meet. Overall, just real proud of how they stepped up. And to finish with an A-cut, which just a handful of teams get in the country, is really exciting.
The next time Iowa men's swimming will compete is March 27th through the 30th in Austin, Texas at the NCAA Championships. From the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center, Tanner Displank, DITV Sports.
Before swimming competes, Iowa diving will head to Austin, Texas for the NCAA Championships March 11th.
That's going to do it for us in the sports studio today.
Tune in tomorrow to pregame the men's wrestling meet. Anthony and Sydney, back to you guys at the desk.
That's all we have for you today on this Thursday morning edition of DITV.
For DITV, I'm Anthony Caligari.
And I'm Sydney Zatz. Have a great day, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.